up, guys? Thanks for checking my channel and watching my video. I have to confess something. I was gonna make something else. I was gonna make this. It is called a poor man's pecan pie. I love pecan pie. You know, sweets, yes sir. However, my stomach, not so much. It doesn't love nuts. In fact, I don't eat any kind of nut, whole nut, peanut butter, it's gotta be creamy. All that stuff just tears me up. Mike doesn't like pecans. He doesn't like peanuts either, but I don't really get it. I don't understand it, but I do love them, but I can't eat them. It's not worth the effort. So anyway, I digress. I was gonna make that pie called a poor man's pecan pie. And basically it's a pecan pie without pecans. In place of the pecans, you use whole old-fashioned oatmeal and coconut. That sounds delicious. Mixed it together, recorded the whole thing, baked it, took it out, let it cool, took a slice, took a bite of it. No, sir. No, sir. The oatmeal, I don't even know how to describe the oatmeal. It was like hard. Okay, I eat raw oatmeal. I like to take a bowl, put raisins in it, a little bit of sugar and some soy milk and just eat it like that, uncooked. I like it better that way than cooked. But this was really chewy. It's like it absorbed sugar and just became really chewy. The taste was all right, but it was not good. Anyway, I forgot to hit record, so I didn't record it, which was a blessing in disguise. So it saved this spot for this. This is my mom's favorite pie. It is an egg custard pie. Down here in Louisiana, I think they call it a milk pie, and that may be what they call it in your neck of the woods. But up on Holston Mountain in Bristol, we called it an egg custard pie. Or in Ruthton, that's where my grandmother lived. Egg custard pie's got egg, milk, nutmeg, a little bit of sugar, or not a little bit of sugar, sugar and a little bit of salt. Anyway, it takes about 35, 40 minutes to make. This is the recipe for egg custard pie. Give it a try. It's kind of a cross between a flan plus eggnog plus a delicious pie. Anyway, I actually love the thing. It's one of my top favorite pies too. Give it a try, guys. If y'all have a recipe, by the way, for a pecanless pecan pie that's actually really good, I would love to have it, so send it to me. Put your questions, comments down below. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe. We're trying to grow our channel. Give this recipe a try and tell me what you think, guys. All right, guys, we got our pie crust that we made. I want to put the edges on it, so you just 2 fingers like that and push in along the edge. Now, you can buy a pre-made pie crust, but I think making a crust from scratch, first of all, there's the charm of the imperfection of it, but the taste is different, and it's kind of becoming a dying trend is to make pie crust. People don't really make it anymore, and the taste is amazingly different. It's really, to me, it's worth the effort to put forward to make a pie crust, you know. And I've got another video on here about making a pie crust, and it's pretty easy in a food processor. It's not that big of a deal. And it's not a lot of ingredients. And it just looks like you put some love and some care into it rather than just unwrapping it and putting it in the oven. So we've got our pie crust. Now with this pie, it's a very liquid filling. So we want to coat the inside with an egg white. And we are going to pretty liberally coat this inside with an egg white. Make sure it gets in all the cracks and the crevices. Now, and you can go around the top and do the edges because the egg will brown. So it gives a nice shine and a nice finishing touch on the top. But it's not necessary. But if you're making it for a pie contest, I would say it would be worth it. But if it's just for home, it's just us folks eating, you don't have to do all the fancy stuff. Okay, so everything is coated. Now we're gonna set this aside. Now in a bowl, I have 3 whole eggs, and I use that egg white to paint the inside of the pie crust. I just threw the other yolk in there rather than wasting it. We're gonna use an immersion blender, but you could use any blender or anything like that. We're just gonna break up these eggs. And I just find a blender really does a good job on this. You could use a mixer, you could even do it by hand, but you want to break up those eggs really well. Into that, we're going to put 2.5 cups of whole milk. Don't use skim milk. And I've also found don't use half and half and don't use cream. The whole milk works better. I've never tried it with soy, but I can't imagine that it would work well. This is really high. To that, we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar with about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt added into it. All right. And to that, we're going to add a teaspoon or so of vanilla. Just about like that. Made a mess. Okay, so it is thoroughly mixed. Now, we want to strain this. If you don't strain it, it can make like scrambled egg pieces, if that makes sense, inside of it. So what I do is I take another bowl, put a strainer, and I just pour it through. If there's sugar at the bottom, I'm just going to stir that out too. Some of that sugar may not have done. Usually with that immersion blender, it gets all the yuck out. I mean, there's nothing left. Okay. So this is the filling. That's all there is to it. Now you can put yellow food coloring if you want it really yellow. I think this is the color it should be though. So we're back to our pie crust. Now this has been, with the egg on it, we're going to take our filling and all you're going to do is just pour it inside. It looks like water, but trust me, it's not. So that's what you have. On top of this, we want to grate some fresh nutmeg. Now, it doesn't take a ton. My oven's ready, by the way. You want to make, if every slice has nutmeg on it. That looks good, okay. That's your egg custard pie. This is going to go into a 400-degree oven for about 30 to 35 minutes until it's set. And you'll stick a knife in it and it'll come out clean. Very carefully put that into the oven. All right, guys, the pie has come out of the oven. Now, if you were to take this pie and shake it, it's jiggly. You'll think it's not set. But if we do our knife test, where we take a knife and stick it in, it comes out clean. There's gonna be a little bit of gras on there, but not much. Look at that, clean. So it is set. Now it has to cool completely, and we're gonna put it, after it cools, we'll put it in the fridge. All right, guys, the pie is cooled, and it's actually been refrigerated overnight, so it is set completely. Let's go ahead and cut a piece. Delightful. That's what you want. That right there is exactly what you're looking for. All right, guys, time for the taste. Smell first. Nutmeg, yep. Crust is beautiful, did not soak through. It's really good. The combination of the crust plus the custard with that touch of eggnog, yeah. It is old-timey pie, nothing fancy. Straight from my childhood. This is an egg custard pie or a milk pie. You guys try it. Tell me what you think. Make sure you put your questions, comments, concerns down below. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We'd love to have you on board. Other than that, you guys have a safe and happy week.